Good morning. Oh, this morning is going to be a happening. I'm glad you are here for it. Please rise in body or in spirit. I'm going to teach you this first hymn. It is a South African song called "Oh Freedom." Your part goes like this. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Try it with me. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. We'll keep repeating that. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Same melody. Oh yes, let it. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Oh yes, I know. Freedom is coming. Freedom, freedom, freedom. We gotta give what you take. Freedom, freedom, freedom. We gotta give what you take. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom, freedom is coming. Oh yes, I know. Woo! How you feeling this morning? As you may have seen in the weekly update, that this Sunday is Mr. Willie Sullivan's last Sunday with us here at UUCA. But we deeply love Willie. We are so grateful for all the time you have been with us. He has promised he'll come back and sing sometime, but it's all motion at work. Please give him a congratulations at the end of the service.
Yes.
And we are just so grateful for everything you've brought to this place.
Yes. Amen.
Now you can sit down.
Well, good morning. What a way to start the day, am I right? My name is Shay Stewart Willis. I am the out and proud Director of Communications here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, where we are transforming lives through courageous action and soulful connection. Today we are talking about the devotional practice of forging your own way. For our queer siblings, myself included, this means going on a journey of discovering and naming our authentic selves. To be authentic in a world that systematically belittles, excludes, and attacks those of us who stray from the norm, this is a radical act. It is an act of devotion. So welcome to my queer siblings. I'm so happy you are here on this earth and here in this sanctuary. I'm honored to be joined in worship today by two of my queer siblings and fellow members of UCA, LaTanya Beverly Simmons and Sarethiel Freeman. Believe me when I say you are in for a heck of a worship service this morning, if that wasn't already evident. And welcome to all of you. Welcome to your authentic self this morning. You with an authentic, anxious self. You with an authentic self who loves fantasy novels, who has trouble making conversation at a party, or who is an exuberant, extroverted light in every room. All you are in all your authenticity, you are welcome and cherished here. You are also welcome at our first meeting of Reflection Circles, a post-worship discussion led by our lay ministers. You can find them in room 218 right upstairs after service. And you are also welcome to join us for the stewardship team's ice cream social in the social hall after service. We are celebrating breaking the $350,000 mark in our yearly fundraising campaign in 1 month. Give yourself a little moment. I would now like to welcome Sharon Glass, member of Interweave, our UCA choir and RE teacher, and a member of this morning's band, to light our chalice. Let us say our chalice lighting words together. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
I Am a Rainbow by Mark Kanamura, illustrated by Richard Merritt. It's showtime! I shrieked to my little sister, Marissa. My heart beats so loud, I bet she can hear it. I check one last time to make sure my mask is in place, and then I give Dad the cue. He pulls the fishing line, and the curtains whoosh open, and the chandelier rises to the ceiling. It's a sold-out show. I love putting on shows, and dancing, and playing dress-up. I design gowns out of sheets, create wigs from beach towels, and strut back and forth down our hallway like it's a catwalk. When I'm at home with my family, I can be whoever I want to be. School is different. I try to fit in with everyone else, but I stand out so much that I feel alone. Some of the kids make fun of the way I dress, how I move, and even the way my voice sounds. Being treated this way makes me want to disappear. Marky, you haven't seemed like yourself lately, Mom says. That's because I don't want to be myself anymore, I say. The world is a rainbow made of 1 billion colors, and your light is totally unique. Without it, the rainbow wouldn't shine so bright. I hope this present reminds you of how beautiful you are. It's a rainbow cape. So many colors, I squeal. The fabric shimmers and lights up the whole room. I throw the cape over my shoulder and fasten it. It is awesome. I feel like a superhero. I wear my cape to Kaimana Beach and to Aloha Market and even to Dr. Lonnie's office. You're the most colorful patient I've seen all day, she says. The cape makes me feel invincible. If only I could share this feeling with some friends. One day, I happened to notice a group of kids who looked just like me. Fierce, fabulous, and fun. There's a girl singing beautifully and loudly, a boy drawing on his friend's sneakers, and another kid with gorgeous braids putting lip gloss on the girl next to them. Could this be real? The diva notices me and abruptly stops her electrifying performance. She says, "Hey, you! That cape is gorgeous." She says, "I'm Aiko. Do you want to hang out with us?" I try to respond, but the words won't come out of my mouth. What if this is a prank? What if these kids are mean to me too? I take a deep breath and remind myself that I have my cape. I am invincible. Hi, my name is Mark, and I like to dance. Cool, my name's Kiani, the artist replies. Can you show us some moves? I show them a routine from my favorite music video, and soon they're all snapping and sashaying and shimmying till sundown. Best of all, no one makes fun of me. For the first time since forever, I feel like I belong in the world. I feel safe. I feel free. I feel like me. I never want this feeling to end. School isn't so bad now that I know I'll see Aiko and Kiani and the rest of the crew after the bell rings. Every time we get together, it feels like a party that I never want to end. But that all changes when something horrible happens. My rainbow cape is gone! Kiani tries to cheer me up, but I'm too upset to listen. I need my cape. You're not gonna like me anymore without it. I'm gonna be... But before I can say more, Aiko clacks her fan. Mark, she booms. Aiko pulls me into a giant warm hug. We love you for you. You are one of a kind, with or without your cape. I wipe tears off my face. I look around at my friends. Even without the cape, I feel invincible. Just then, Ari presses play on my favorite song. My heart grooves, my head bops. See, this is the Marky we love, says Ari. I let the music bring me to my feet, and I am free. Bright, shining, dazzling colors burst out of me, wrapping all of us in a rainbow of glitter and love. In that moment, I know I am invincible. Even without the cape, it just helped me discover the bravery, magic, and light that already existed within me. I sparkle as my light shines even brighter. I'm going to dance and dance and dance for the whole world to see. I'm going to be a rainbow cape that helps others realize the light inside of them, too. After all, there is only one me. There is only one you. And there is space for all of us to dazzle when we embrace our true selves. I would like to invite the members of Interweave to the chancel to lead us in the morning's movement prayer. Please rise in body or in spirit to join us. First, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present. Honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. Thank you. At this time, we would like to invite our children, 3rd grade and under, to exit and join their preschool or their creative workshop for the morning. Please note the location for these is just down the hall on the 3rd floor. As our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you have not met.
Please rise in body or in spirit. We're going to sing some Building a New Way. 2, 3,
We are building a new way. I have always been keen on coloring inside the lines. I would throw away a picture if it wasn't right as a kid. There's still a twinge in me when doing a coloring page like those in the Wonderwall, and I see my color slip past the black bounds. I'm an overachiever and did everything I could to get approval, be accepted, and liked for much of my life. Being raised in Louisiana, that meant learning how to get in the kitchen to get and keep a husband, dressing like a lady, and ultimately dismissing any preferences that did not fit the role I was expected to play. I was raised by a mother where anything outside of doing what was right, proper, or conventional, you throw it away, talk poorly about it, take away its rights, you fix it. So, for a while, I tried to color in the lines so that the picture of my life would be right. Before joining this congregation, I had given up on the possibility of having a church home. I even dated someone who didn't understand how I could be gay and want a church-going life. Earlier this year, I attended the Queering the Bible adult religious education class here, shattering a past belief ingrained in me from Bible Belt culture that suggested we were doomed to be punished in the afterlife. It was the first time I learned God actually offers redemption to everyone, including gay couples and queer bodies. Romans 8:38 reminds us that nothing can separate us from God's love. Love between women is highlighted in a scripture about Ruth and Naomi. It says, "Don't urge me to leave you or turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you from me." This clearly illustrates the companionship I have always visualized for myself. There's a saying, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. When I consider the LGBTQ community, I believe God gives the task of painting a beautiful abstract life to those creative, bold, and proud enough to do so. As a young adult, my identity became more complicated. It was more difficult to make sense of the idyllic life image of life that I was striving for. I am a Black lesbian woman. There's many facets to how I am perceived in this world. I haven't experienced much outrageous misogyny or anti-Blackness. Instead, there's music like I'm Black and I'm Proud. There's Black holidays. I also grew up in a household where we only got Black Barbies, Black Santas, and celebrated Black media to boost visibility and pride in our home. What has not always been easy for me is finding my sense of pride as a queer person. Growing up, I could observe that as a society, in Black culture, or even in my family, being queer means it doesn't matter how hard you work on the image of your life. Not everyone will appreciate abstract art. I remember the havoc created in my life back in high school when I was outed. Forced by my stepdad to tell my mom that my tomboy girlfriends were more than friends. This was met with disgust. Being told I couldn't have my friends over anymore, not even my longtime feminine BFF. No cell phone. I had to become an activist for myself in my own home. My dad, who reacted more positively, just said with disappointment, "I just hate to see that your life is going to be hard because you had set yourself up to be so successful." He thought that I had essentially stamped myself with a sparkly scarlet letter and limited the possibilities of the picture that I was crafting. But even then, I knew that I wanted a wife, a home, a family, a career, and I would have it all. The first part of embracing my pride was becoming my true self. In early adulthood, I knew I was resisting my true self because it was uncomfortable. Things were going wrong. I felt uneasy about my choices. I had low self-esteem, constantly needing validation. Being cautiously inside the lines of someone else's expectations is exhausting. I began to learn and unlearn, choosing my destiny without the influence of fake news. Now, I operate as my source of morality, right and wrong. Love and success can look differently for us. Some may sincerely believe that they must do X, Y, and Z in that order in order to satisfy themselves and be worthy of heaven. If I tried coloring in those lines, I would be miserable and not like the picture no matter how hard I try. Trust me, I've tried. Embracing myself means holding fast to the freedom in my core. It's listening to my inner child and drawing my picture how I want it before an adult comes along and tells me how art should look and feel. We do not need to label or know ourselves all at once either. We can come of age as teens, but again and again throughout our life. We can decide to like a new style of art. We can rip out the page and try again with a reimagined image. We can end relationships. We can come out. We can rewrite our credo. Many of you are familiar with the phrase, "You can't pour from an empty cup." Well, when your pride cup is full, that's when nobody can tell you nothing. You can share the joys and struggles that unite you. This is the essence of sports fans, conventions like Dragon Con, being an alumni, or sharing a beloved congregation. This is pride. Pride is the exhilaration I felt sitting in the Bayard Rustin service doing Black Pride Weekend just a few weeks ago. Pride is the collective effervescence I look forward to basking in next weekend at Atlanta Pride. It's every time I see a queer couple or person living authentically. My gaydar is supreme. Pride is Mamie Lee Beverly, my wonderful grandmother who told me I had to mention her when I let her know I'd be doing this. I will leave you with a recent reminder on why this all matters. My wife and I just got back from a beautiful visit to the Dominican Republic. We weren't worried, but researching did let us know that gay marriage was not legal or socially acceptable there. So our plan was to be sisters if we were ever in doubt. Having become so confident in my pride and her beauty, I don't know if y'all seen Alexis, I wanted to share that she was my esposa. I didn't want to hold back, but after testing the waters and sharing that we were married at the resort pool, I became paranoid of what people would say or do if the word spread, especially since our minimal Spanish prevented even eavesdropping on the reactions. But thankfully, it was okay. On the way to an excursion, though, two women who were the only other English native speakers on the bus spoke up proudly to say, "English is our first language because we're Canadian. We're not from the US." With others' amusement at that statement, I thought, yikes, and felt a little wary of how well we'd be received by this group. While we all chatted during the activities, I panicked when asked if Alexis and I were hermanas. I played it safe and said, yes, we're sisters. I absolutely hated keeping up this facade, including having a conversation entertaining the idea of us one day finding boyfriends. As we were packing up to head back to the bus, we overheard folks asking the two proud Canadian women if they were sisters. They laughed and said, "No, we get that all the time," or worse, mother and daughter. But we're actually married. Y'all, if I had $1 each time I had to say that exact same thing. In that moment, I experienced a whirlwind of emotions, but the biggest was pride. I was so grateful that they had pride in a space I was afraid to. Their pride and vulnerability affirmed me. It freed me from shame and fear that I didn't need to carry alone. It made me regret being a fake self all day when we could have connected authentically and been real. This is the importance of pride. I strive to walk my path and feel the affirmation of the universe or small whispers of God everywhere. I feel joy in knowing I ain't faking it to make it. I'm making it because I am me. I am seen and loved deeply because I am me. Pride calls us to be our true selves, dressing in the style you prefer, maintaining boundaries from harmful experiences, taking up space no matter the place. Living authentically is what fuels the little pride battery within. Now, I am more comfortable coloring outside the lines and living a life of abstract art. Vibrant, radiant, and free. Thank you.
Let us put hands on hearts. Feel the heartbeat connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal the world. At this time, we hear the joys and sorrows of this congregation. We send our love and prayers across the world to the people of Palestine and to the people of Israel. This weekend, the seeds of war that have been germinating in the region have given rise to violence. We honor the Palestinians' rights to justice, basic human rights, and to coexist freely. When nonviolent efforts fail, extremists often take over to demonstrate the effectiveness of violence. We mourn the terrible loss of life in both Israel and Palestine. In the complex struggle of the Israelis and Palestinians, we commit to deepening our understanding of the political situation and the reality of our role in it as Americans. we commit our hearts and hands to work for peace. You are invited to say the names of people you are holding in your heart this morning. Speak their names out loud into this holy space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find ways to be more loving to one another. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves. We ask forgiveness for our mistakes, those times we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. We honor our earth, supporting and sustaining life. We breathe in, opening our hearts to wonder. For just one moment, feeling a deep connection with all beings. Let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace, and then we exhale. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
I don't know about you, but I take for granted parts of my home basically every day. Sometimes I'm suddenly struck by cool tile under my foot, and I'm amazed at how much I forget, at the privilege baked into the ability to forget. The ability to forget the gentle caress of my bed even as I lay within it. The ability to forget the gift that is waking up to my spouse, my dog, all of us alive in the same four walls, a container for all our noisy. I believe that people have a fundamental right to a home which is safe, warm, and a source of nourishment. I believe in the first principle of Unitarian Universalism, after all, the worth and dignity of every human being. So what does it mean then when one must leave their home? When one must sacrifice the cool tile, the bed, the shared roof that I take for granted every day? At this moment, while I say this to you, our neighbors are making extraordinarily dangerous journeys on their search for asylum in America. Our Share the Plate partner for the month is El Refugio. El Refugio offers hospitality and support to asylum seekers who are detained by the Stewart Detention Center. They support the families of the detained and provide human connection to those inside through letters, books, and other support. Today, we are talking about the devotional practice of creating a self-forged path. What is a better example of that than the devotional act, the bravery that is seeking asylum? Please take this moment to live your devotion in action. The offering will now be given and most gratefully received.
1, 2, 3, go.
My life and help me go for something more. Now I stand up from the crowd. Now I stand up for myself. Now I'm standing on high heels. If dad could see me now, feet of fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you when you struggle to stand. We'll take a helping hand. Let me raise you up. If your bubble bursts, let me raise you up. If you glitter rust, let me raise you up. And never put much heart in anything before. You strut into my life and help me go for something more. Stand up for myself. Now I stand out from the crowd. Now I'm standing on high heels. If dad could see me now, feet of fire to take you higher. We'll light you up like a live wire. Celebrate you to elevate you when you struggle to stand. We'll take a helping hand. If you hit the dust, let me raise you up. When your bubble bursts, let me raise you up. If you glitter rust, let me raise you up. And Godspeed, raise you up. Godspeed, who you wanna be. Never let them tell you who you ought to be. Just be with dignity. Celebrate yourself triumphantly. You'll see, you'll see. Just be, just be. Ladies, gentlemen, and all you beautiful people, we want to thank you for coming out to UUCA. Now, we've all heard of the 12-step program, have we not? Well, here at the UUCA, we want to tell you that what you can do in 12, we can do in 6. And it goes like this. Pursue the truth, learn something new. Accept yourself and you'll accept others too. Let pride shine
Now please join me in the dedication of the offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community, we dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
From the day I was born to conservative Christian parents, a very straight and narrow path was laid out in front of me. I grew up being told that any deviation from that path literally led to eternal hell if you did not repent and turn back to God's way. As it turns out, that did not align with who I was. Even at a young age, I started building a facade to protect myself. I shoved all the parts of myself that didn't fit the straight, yes, that's a gay pun, and narrow mold into a little box. And I built up a whole girl around that box, the daughter my parents wanted me to be. This is an experience that tends to be more intense for trans people like myself, especially. But it's also an experience many of us share to some degree. Have you ever thought about the ways you molded yourself to impress your parents and teachers as a child? Or do you ever hide certain parts of yourself around friends or family to avoid conflict, or because you're not sure if that part of yourself will be accepted? Living inside a facade is not sustainable. And by the time I started high school, that facade had started to crack. As the adults in my life started to glimpse who I really was, I had to face their disappointment. When I started growing out my body hair, my mom told me I'd never find a boy who wanted to date me. When I wanted to get a more masculine haircut, I wasn't allowed to. And when I did not adhere to feminine norms, I was told I was letting myself go. When I finished high school, I moved out pretty quickly and finally had the space to start a journey of self-discovery. At that time, I still hadn't come out as trans or gay, but looking back, it was telling that the first question I asked on my new journey was, is it really a sin to be in a gay relationship? This was the first step I took off the path that had been laid out for me. And the first time I decided one of the key tenets of my belief system was wrong. Pretty soon, I was questioning each of my beliefs. I unearthed value after value that I'd accepted without questioning and looked at them in the light of my heart, which had finally started to shine. And when I had finished shining that light on imposed values, I turned it inward and looked at myself. That's when I came out as queer. Even when I came out, I still identified as Christian. I hid behind that label, hoping it would be strong enough to protect me from my parents' disappointment. Or that's what I told myself. My favorite author is J.R.R. Tolkien, and he wrote a beautiful poem about following a road wherever it leads. I'm going to read you the version of his poem that I rewrote when I graduated high school. I even put this poem on my graduation cap. The road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road has gone, and I will wander since I can, pursuing life with eager feet, remembering my larger way, till without fear my end I meet, and whither then I cannot say. I dedicated my life to wandering. If you had asked me at the time, I would have told you I was doing just that, but I wasn't. You can't start to wander until you know who you are. You can't step off a path if you don't know that you're on it. I remember the time when one of my friends asked me why I still identified as Christian. I said, even if I don't believe in all the Bible stuff, I still believe in the central tenet of Christianity, love for all people. He looked at me and said, with a little annoyance, love for all people is the central tenet of most religions. That was the first time I realized I was still on the same path that had been assigned to me. I had grown and changed, and the path had forked off from its original course. But I was still there. In reality, I wasn't hiding from my parents. I was hiding from myself. I was afraid to look at the person I really was and not see a Christian there anymore. I found out who I was, which is step one. Step two is even harder. Once you see the full picture of who you are, you have to embrace it. I had to come face to face with the parts of myself that had disappointed my parents and tell myself I did not need to change. I had to look at myself, hear people call me sick and arrogant, and decide they're wrong. I looked at those parts of myself until it didn't hurt anymore. I looked at who I was and undid years and years and years of being conditioned to hate people like me. And I fell in love. I looked until I felt proud. Staring at the depths of your own soul requires diving in deep and sitting with what you find. There will be trash and treasure and mystery and beauty and life. There are parts of all of us that don't fit the way we're supposed to be. We take power back by being proud of who we are. And once we've done that, the safety of the path isn't needed. I'm no longer a Christian. I used that label as a crutch for many years, but I don't need it anymore. I am who I am. I take inspiration from many spiritual practices, including this amazing congregation. I navigate the wonderful and scary terrain of this life with freedom and with pride. This Pride Sunday, I invite you to reflect on yourself. Why walk the straight and narrow when you can wander and wonder at the wide world in the depths of your spirit? Not everything you find there will be exactly as you wish it was, but even the wish that you were different can be examined. Whether you are gay or straight, cisgender or trans, you can bring the lesson of pride into your life by knowing yourself and then loving yourself fully, regardless of how well you fit into society's ideal standard of who you should be. When you are told to stay quiet, find your voice and speak with pride. When you are told the way it is, find your truth and act with pride. When you are told the way you should live, find your heart and live with pride.
How full of pride are you right now? So to Serethio, Latanya, Karen, Shay, Tony, coming on back up, this whole band, Willie, we just love you all so much. Please rise in body or in spirit. We're going to make a little noise. You may have heard this song before. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. I told you back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that glance up upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made Go in peace, everybody. See you next week.